Very excited to get the win. Very good atmosphere up here at Morehead. I looked around about 2 minutes to go, and I don't think there was an open seat in the arena, so that's great for our conference. Us and Morehead have developed over the last several years a very good rivalry. Both of us have played in the second round of the NCAA tournament the last 2 years. Coach Stindl's done an unbelievable job up here. Really makes it tough on you for 40 minutes with the full court, kind of three-quarter court pressure, falling back to the zone. So you always got to be ready to make good decisions. So this was a great road win. Any road win in conference play is you take it and get out of there and then watch tape and learn from it. But Morehead made it very difficult. I'm very, very proud of our guys' ability to compete and be resilient. And the difference in the game, I thought, was second half we held them to 23 points and we only turned it over 3 times.
What are you going to learn about the first 8 minutes of this game with the 9 turnovers? It looked like you guys were playing a little too fast, a little bit out of character.
Yeah, I told the guys at the first media timeout, and I said at the second media timeout is, because I haven't got on and yelled at them. I said I'm not going to ever change my demeanor because that's not who I am and what we've been about. But I said, all right, erase the first 4 minutes, and then it was all right, erase the first 8 minutes. So, credit Morehead for doing that, for speeding us up a little bit. But we just got to make better decisions with the basketball. Some of them were just poor turnovers, poor decision making, and so we'll have an edit tape tomorrow made just on poor decision making and turnovers, and they'll be able to see that, hey, this was the extra pass and this was the read. But it's hard to win games when you turn it over a bunch on the road. So, from 11 turnovers in the first half to 3 in the second, that was, I think, a huge, huge difference.
Teams have been successful trapping Isaiah, in several games. What things are you guys doing to advance out of that and to move past that? What are some of the keys?
Well, once he gets the ball out of the trap and they want to run at him, if we just get the ball reversed, and we've been talking with our guys all the time, is the best thing we want to do today is get the basketball reversed and then drive their bigs on their wings, in the zone and attack from the corner, attack from that deep wing, and then, take it all the way in or make the extra pass. So if they trap Isaiah, we're fine with that, get rid of the basketball, but we got to have quick ball reversals back to the top, back to the wing, and then attack an unbalanced defense.
Coach, what were your goals at the beginning of this year, and how have you revised them as you continue to remain unbeaten?
Our goal, first and foremost, is just to win the Ohio Valley Conference Championship. That's our goal, and then our second goal at the end of the year will be to win the conference tournament, and then it will be to go advance as far as we can in the NCAA tournament. We haven't changed any of our goals. We've taken everything game to game. Somebody said the other day, did you ever believe you'd be 19-0? Well, we thought we could win our first game, and then we prepared for the second game. We thought we could win our second game. And I say it all the time, great seasons, they develop. 2 years ago, we went 31-5. You don't dream that. It just kind of goes into place by defending and rebounding and having really, really good kids.
How much fun are your guys having with this ride?
I think they're having a lot of fun once it's over. The games, our guys have, the one thing, if you watch our team play a lot, I don't think they've showed any, they haven't cracked at all. They haven't shown any, jitters. They've been so poised out there. And I thought getting down 9 on the road with 8 to 10 minutes left, wherever that time frame was, I just thought they showed great composure. They were able to defend. Dante got a big steal to get it to 7 and kind of get that run going. So our guys have a ton of fun, away from the game, on the buses, in the locker room, on Twitter. I mean, they're having a great time, but I think they also have bigger goals and they see the bigger picture of trying to win a championship first.
Can you expand on Dante's game a little bit more? He only had 2 at the break, and then he had that big steal, and then it seemed like he really exploded. Had 13 points in the second half.
They started putting pressure on the basket. He at the timeout, he hit a big 3 in the corner. Ed made a great decision. He was supposed to reverse it back to the top, to the wing, to Isaiah, and Isaiah was supposed to feed to the corner, Dante. Ed saw it was denied, threw it to Zay, and then Zay made the pass. Dante makes a big 3, and that gave him, I think, the first lead of the game, maybe. But when Dante's putting pressure on the basket and getting the free throw line, I think that's when he's at his best. But we didn't shoot the ball great from the three-point line tonight, and credit Morehead for that.
What does it say about Isaiah that he struggled, they guarded the heck out of him, he still scored 20 points and didn't have to get on it inefficient to do it?
That means he's very good. That's what it means. And I'm fortunate to coach very good players and very good people. And that's what I've learned from Coach Kennedy: character, toughness, and great ability. Sky's the limit. Isaiah, you walking out of the locker room at halftime, you say, "Coach, I got you." He showed great poise the whole night. You know, sometimes he'll press. He was trying to make some big threes. Usually you can count those, at least 1 out of 2. Didn't make a whole bunch tonight, but you know, he got to the free throw line, made free throws 10 out of 11 down the stretch.
Say about your team, they were struggling behind the arc for most of the game, and then they knocked down 3 big ones right down the stretch.
Yeah, that's kind of how they've done all year. You know, at UAB was probably our biggest hole, the deficit all year, and I think we ended the game there on a 20-2 run, something like that. But Dante's big 3, and then credit Zay Jackson too. I mean, he's a freshman. He gets 6 assists, 2 turnovers, and the one thing he's not an unbelievable shooter, but he's a gamer, and he made a huge layup, and he made a huge 3 in front of our bench that there's no question in his mind it's going in.
Was there a question in your mind when he shot it?
After the question stopped after I went through the net.
You talked about the deficits being down 9 in the first half, 7 in the second half. Were you ever tempted to call a timeout? And if not, why not? Why didn't you?
I just haven't called him all year, you know, and just working for Coach Kennedy. If you follow him, he doesn't call a bunch. And I just think that we've got juniors and seniors in our program. I think they understand what's at stake. They understand what we want to do. They were playing extremely hard. I just don't think they were making great decisions. And I just think sometimes when you can call a timeout, sometimes it can really get the crowd even more into it, and I just didn't want to slow the game down. We don't play great when the game's slowed down. I just took the timeout late when they were at the free throw line to make sure we knew what we were doing in press offense.
How much of a difference will Ivan's return make, and what's the timetable on that now?
He's definitely out for Saturday. And then Stacy Wilson will actually be out for Saturday as well. He had a death in the family. So he'll fly home tomorrow for a funeral in South Carolina. So we'll be 2 guys down on Saturday. But in regards to Ivan, we'll take him to the doctor on Monday. He's doing a lot of conditioning. He's got just a semi-small bandage on his hand now. Eric, our trainer, feels like Tuesday he'll be able to get back into practice. And he'll have a Tuesday through Friday to practice, and hopefully he'll make a return against us, against Eastern Illinois at home. But what Ivan brings to us is just another low post scoring threat to where it's not all jump shots that you do have to rely on. When we run our ball screen action, they're one-on-one at the post. It gives us another guy that we can throw it into. I think Latrez is playing extremely, extremely hard, but he's almost like a face-up forward. He's really not a back-to-the-basket guy. So Ivan gives us a bigger presence on both ends of the floor, defensively rebound the ball, and then offensively being able to score at the basket.
Given the state of the rest of the league right now and the way you showed you could also win tonight, is it a realistic expectation in your mind to finish the regular season undefeated?
You know, I'm not even thinking about that. I know the question's always been asked, and everybody has different answers for it. We just want to beat Edwardsville. Anywhere you go, and this is a lot of people in here have followed college basketball a long time, and I went to school at Alabama and SEC. Whether we would go play at Ole Miss, or you'd go play at Arkansas, or you go play at Kentucky, every road game in conference play is tough. It's very hard to win at. It's very hard to win on the road. You know, we're going into a sellout crowd tonight. We're going into a sellout crowd Saturday night. And the OVC, I don't know if they've seen that all the time. So every game, you know, we have to have our game because this is everybody's biggest game right now to try to knock us off. But we'll go one game at a time and see where that puts us, you know, at the end of the year.
Would you consider this the most unfriendly atmosphere that you've faced since Memphis?
Since Memphis, definitely. And I can't think of the games off the top of my head, but Eastern Illinois, we had a ton of our fans up there, so that means. But Austin Peay, you know, that's a hard environment to play in. I mean, it's a great environment. I mean, it's like a Friday night high school game is what I was telling somebody. It's hot. It's 5,000. That was sold out down there. And we played in front of Memphis, Austin Peay. Our last game, we've had 4 or 5 sellouts right now. So this team's doing a lot of very special things, and you know, I think they deserve the accolades they're getting, and hopefully we can continue this run.
Is that all?
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
Steve.
guys.